On episode 3 of season 2, we check out Augrabies Falls, then take the road less traveled to Riemvasmaak, a natural hot spring in a desert valley. We camp out under the stars and make our way back to civilization to meet with a caring community and prepare to sign up a record number of stem cell donors in our last South African town, Upington.
Subscribe below and let's hit the road. 2nd of February today, and we're going to make our way to Augrabies Falls as well as Riemvasmaak, a very cool spot, natural hot spring. And Augrabies Falls has been on the bucket list for quite a long time. Just about to enter the gates. These are the fees. SA residents over there. So that's a pretty good rate. These quiver trees, they're starting to become more frequent. I don't think the waterfall is going to be in flood, because it is a bit dry at the moment. So that was awesome, and I think tonight is going to be just as good. We're going to see if we can do some star photography. It's something that Yulandi's been wanting to practice for a long time. The scenery is amazing. The road was definitely worth it. We took the hard route down. This is such a lekker spot, nothing to be worried about in the world, and I would definitely recommend coming down. During this time period, it's beginning of February, so there's not a lot of feature, but it is very, very hot. So Betsy didn't fit down here, but these campsites are something else. Just about to pack up now before the sun comes around this corner because it gets hot over here. We're gonna head to Upington today. There is a padstal we want to visit because Jasper, who helped us out with the filter and the diesel, said that we needed to stop at a padstal because there's a tanny that he'd like us to meet. We'll definitely pull around there. Then head to Upington. We're gonna see if we can do medical checkups, possibly set up a recruitment drive because it is a big hub, maybe a school or something like that. This place's price was also excellent. I think it's 260 Rand for the night. You can't get any better than this for 260 bucks. Right, so this was Jasper's contact, the Akkerboom Padstal or Padstal. Apparently there's a parcel waiting for us inside. Just met Tanny Trudie and they spoiled us with a big box of biscuits, everything you can think of. Somebody's bringing us some grapes. We're gonna head off to Upington now, but we are so fortunate. We just got blessed with a box of grapes, some juice. Leticia, Jasper's mother, who's currently going through her own challenges with cancer. People are so supportive of what we do.
Dit gaan by die swembad staan.
Kampsaak lyk lieflik. En hulle het 'n restaurantjie, so miskien kan ons 'n boelie oor die naweek ry.
So we are needing a couple of days finding a spot to do a recruitment in Upington. It's either going to be a school or a business group, any opportunity we can find. Yolandi says she thinks there's a park run over the weekend. We'll check in on that. The campsite that we've just arrived at now, reviews are pretty good and it looks like there's plenty of shade and grassy sites, so I think it's going to be a good spot for us to stay, depending if there's any signal. I'll check my gear over there. The Oranjerus campsite or resort is also situated right next to the Orange River. Good for birding. We're about, I would say, 20 kilometers from Upington. There's not a lot of campsites around. I think we chose the right spot. The sun's up on this side. That tree's going to block it out when it comes up, and then it comes up and over these trees. A perfect like a spot. There's also 2 swimming pools around and we can cool down every now and then. I met David and Robin yesterday. Been retired for 14 years, just traveling ever since. Very lucky landy. They've got a big adventure behind them. They went to the Kalahari. Lots of mechanical issues along the way. Didn't carry 2 spares, but they had 2 flat wheels. This morning we've got much better weather. You gotta know when you're down here or up here that the sun feels like it's shouting at you. It's like scalding your skin. It's very, very hot. Meeting up with somebody at the mall to see if we can arrange a recruitment drive. The lady Lorette from this campsite helped us out quite a bit with contact details to get things organized in Upington. Got a response from the local netball club and they've invited us to go around tonight, so that's cool. Maybe we can sign up a couple of young healthy people. We'd like to make one last good attempt at signing up South Africans before we go into Namibia. We just met up with Toks and she is sorting us out of the space, and we're going to be here from Friday, Saturday, early in the morning till probably at night. She's just taking us through to see if we can get some used cooking oil sorted out. One down, we got Panirottis on board. They're going to collect oil for us throughout the week. Toks put us into contact with Turby, who's got an oil business somewhere in town. He supplies the guys that make biodiesel and he already picks up used cooking oil from all of the restaurants and fast foods. He's invited us to come over next week Tuesday to pick up 200 liters of used cooking oil along with Panirottis' oil. That's gonna probably fill up our tanks. We got 250 liters capacity. So the Upington Netbal Club gave us a quick moment here to give an educational talk, and we've got some donors signing up, so it's a fantastic start. Met up with the host and told them what the project's about, and they were so kind in offering to sponsor our whole duration of our stay, which is going to be about a week and a half in Upington. We've got a couple of recruitment drives set up, the first one being for Friday and Saturday at the Kalahari Mall. We've got the newspaper on board. The netball team from last night offered to share it with their family and friends. Hopefully we'll be seeing them over the weekend again. And then this is an awesome space. We're all alone at the campsite. It's a beautiful spot. We've got wonderful weather to get some online work done. I'm going to try and get one of the YouTube episodes out. I'll show you guys a little bit more about the campsite later. We've got awesome ablution blocks. I got a message back from Toyota and we're gonna go meet with Elsabe, who sounds like she's the one that calls the shots, and hopefully she can give us an opportunity to set up somewhere during next week. We have heard good things about the Toyota dealership in Upington. Sounds like they're very into community projects. We're gonna have a very busy day. Our first recruitment at the SANCO. That's gonna be before 7:30. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning now. And then we gotta get to the Kalahari Mall by 9. From 9 to 5, we're gonna be set up there. And apparently it's gonna reach 37 degrees Celsius today. It's gonna be a long one. Tomorrow it's 39 degrees. And we're gonna be set up in the same space. First recruitment drive for today is at SANCO. This desert 4x4 rental spot is actually owned by our host that owns the campsite. Goeiemôre almal, baie dankie dat julle ons vandag die geleentheid gegee het om vir iets met julle te kom deel. Dit is net 'n vinnige dingetjie. Julle sal agtergekom het hier staan 'n groot grys lorry hier buite. Haar naam is Betsy. Ons ry vir Betsy al die pad van Suid-Afrika tot in Vietnam en ons doel is om soveel mense en so groot diversiteit op die donor database te sit. Dit is 'n stemsel donor database of julle sal dit miskien ken as beenmergskenking. As jy sê beenmergskenking kry almal gewoonlik 'n groot skrik. Hulle dink dit is baie pynlik. Dit is actually baie eenvoudig. As 'n persoon gediagnoseer is met iets soos leukemia, daar's baie siektes wat dit veroorsaak, en dan gaan daai persoon heel moontlik 'n beenmergoorplanting moet kry. As jy 'n beenmergoorplanting moet kry, is dit die enigste chance of survival. En die enigste manier om dit te doen is om 'n match te kry. Sonder 'n match is dit nie moontlik nie en is baie moeilik om 'n match te kry. Etnisiteit speel 'n groot rol in om jou match te vind. So byvoorbeeld, as 'n blanke persoon leukemia kry, het hy 1 tot 100,000 kans om 'n match te vind. Dis al klaar lekker skraal en as enige ander etnisiteit of ras deur die wêreld dieselfde deurgaan, begin dit op 'n 1 in 400,000 kans. Daar is minder mense van kleur op die database geteken en dit is hoekom ons deur al hierdie lande ry om baie diversiteit op die register te sit. Probeer almal op daai database kry. Kom ons sê jy teken op vandag, ons gaan deur die exclusion criteria gaan, 'n applikasievorm uitvul vir die wat wil. 4 swabs in jou mond doen. Ons stuur dit na die South African Bone Marrow Registry toe. Hulle is in Kaapstad. Hulle vat daai swabs, sit dit deur 'n labtoets en met daai resultaat word jy op 'n database gesit. Daai persoon kan al klaar vir jou wag. Dit kan al 2 jaar vat, dit kan 20 jaar vat. Maar indien jy 'n match is, gee hulle jou 'n lykie en hulle sê vir jou jy het die opportunity om iemand se lewe te red. Sal jy dit wil doen? En die proses is baie maklik. Hulle gee vir jou 'n stimulant wat aan jou stemselle laat oorproduseer. So jy het ekstra stemselle. In die ou dae het hulle beenmerg gevat uit jou heup uit. Omdat hulle dit nou so die stimulant kan doen, vat hulle bloed uit jou een arm uit. Hulle sit dit deur 'n stemselfiltrerende masjien wat jou ekstra selle afskei. Dan sit hulle jou bloed vir jou terug, so jy verloor nie eers jou bloed nie. Dan vat hulle daai stamselle en hulle transplant dit in die pasiënt. En daai pasiënt het 'n kans op lewe. So dit is vir ons 'n voorreg om daai kans met iemand anders te kan deel. Het ek iets gemis? Nee. Ouderdombeperking ongelukkig, dit is 16 tot 45.
Kom ons gaan sommer na die groot conference toe daar agter.
Cool, it's our second day at the Kalahari Mall. We slept just fine in the parking lot here. Yesterday we got surprised with a pizza from Craig and Justin from Panarottis. So we didn't have to cook dinner last night. When we sleep out in like parking lots or boondock next to the road in cities and all that, you want to try and be stealthy. Yolandi made some blackout curtains when we just started our trip so that we can basically switch on all the lights inside the house and you wouldn't be able to see it from the outside. And that's been working really well. The only trouble with boondocking and parking and having to be stealthy is that usually you need to close up all the windows and it gets really hot, and cooking dinner on the gas stove or in the oven or whatever can heat up the house really quickly. Also Toks from the marketing side of the mall, he sent out loads of messages throughout the groups people that work at the mall, the community members. We had a quiet day yesterday. We signed I think 13 in the morning, which was great at SANCO, and then throughout the day at the mall around about 4 or 5. And he's gonna make us a quick brekkie now and then get our day started. Tomorrow we're gonna catch up with some washing, going back to that awesome campsite Kambiki. Wednesday we've got an event at the Upington Toyota, and Elsabe has really also gone out of her way to market it. She's gonna motivate everybody to sign up. She's also got a sister that's undergoing a stem cell transplant. We always believe that everything happens for a reason. Woke up to a very pleasant comment on one of our YouTube videos. Yeah, it's not always that people are supportive of the project. Like a specific guy felt we should be embarrassed about our travels, but we appreciate the watch at least. Internet has been the other frustration. It's really getting to a point now where we've got to make a plan. Starlink not available in South Africa, and as far as we know, the roaming option is not available in Africa. Yeah, it's political reasons why that's not happening yet. Cell phone signal is not always around, so making it difficult to upload things like YouTube videos and all that. People actually getting frustrated with us being behind, which is, I suppose, a good thing because it means that they're looking forward to the new episodes. Really good day today at the Kalahari Mall. We got all different ethnicities, ages.
Ek het nie gelok nie.
Ag nee.
Ek weet nie, ek sny net.
We figured out our filter problem about a week ago when we realized we pumped in hydraulic oil into our tanks. Hydraulic oil expands when it gets above, I think it's 70 degrees Celsius, and we heat it up to about 90. That was what was causing the pressure and popping the filters. Met up with Trudie here at All Oceans, and they have agreed to give us 250 liters of oil, so they're going to stock our tanks. Before we put the oil into the tank, Trudie invited us to speak to all of the young people. I think they got about 5 or 6 people under 45. We're going to quickly do an educational talk and invite them to come over to the recruitment drive tomorrow. Just pulled in at Toyota and Kaylene met with us. How's it, man? How are you? Lekker, lekker. Today we've got an awesome spot. They set us up with a TV as well so we can play a little introduction video. We're going to take about 15 people at a time. They've given us some coffee. They sorted us out with a room to pack our stuff away. They've even set up outside. They're going to see if they can try and motivate people to come inside. So it's open to the public. This is Moses over here. He's helping us out with security. And Betty's standing right outside. Wonderful setup and wonderful support from Upington Toyota. So with the day done, we got 58 people signed up. We're going to have another drive here on Friday. It's Wednesday today. We are aiming for 100 people in Upington. Oh, got it. I made a oopsie. I'm hoping that that won't cause any leaks. A little something for them to remember us by. I don't think the frame bent, but no way that I'm gonna bend that out, so she'll forever have that mark. And we'll remember a very successful time in Upington every time we look up. On Wednesday we had 68 people come out. The last time we counted, we were standing on 82. We've got, we've got 8 people here from the wash bay. These guys will bring us up to 90. Okay, we got our last donors coming out here, reaching our 100th mark. And these guys just came straight off the street. So thank you guys very much. We got 2 impromptu stem cell donors signing up at the medical clinic in Upington. Once we're done here, we're going to head out back to the campsite, get some maintenance done in Betsy, wait for our blood results, and then hopefully get on the road to Namibia. Today is Sunday, the 16th of February. It's very hot in Upington, lots of ants around. Don't think you'll be getting around them if you come to Upington, but this campsite's really a peaceful place. Yolandi's been doing some sewing. She's got a couple of orders on the Boopens bags. We've got a shady spot. The aircon, we can't really use it just yet because we need to cut an extraction hole in the door. We've checked, it's the only spot that it'll actually work. And Walt, the owner of the farm, has shown me where the workshop is, and he said I can go crazy. I've got 2 things on the roof rack that I've got to fix. This threaded rod mounting actually cracked, and we got some thicker threaded rod, so we're going to see if I can spread out the weight more evenly across the rain gutter. 1 foot's vibration on a single spot kind of starts cracking and damaging that rain gutter, so it'll be best to make an upgrade before going into Namibia. There's lots of corrugated roads. Daai lag het aan die binnekant gesmel, so jy kan sien daai thread daarso draai heeltemal. Upington's been very supportive and helpful. We've got our battery and we're just heading to a courier company. It's just around the corner because we're going to send this battery down to Gauteng, and it's probably going to take more than a week to get this back. But the guys from when we asked them for a box, they even said they'll cover the courier fees. We got a box from Turbo Formans the other day. It's all the filters that we need because we kept popping them with the hydraulic oil we had in there. We got about 5,500 kilometers to go through Namibia, but then we got Botswana before we come back into South Africa to say goodbye to our folks. Definitely going to be doing service in between now and then. I stopped over at ENSON, the electrical and tool supplies shop in Upington. JD gave me a spot to work here. I've got a fix on the roof rack where one of the threaded rods cracked. He also gave me a really good idea, is using an engine mounting just to absorb some of the punch going over the corrugated roads. They also set me up with a welder so I don't have to take all of my gear out. I think they've got just about every tool I need. The plan here is to use a bulkier threaded rod, so M16 instead of this 12mm. Instead of having individual feet, I'm going to have one long foot going through the whole of the length of the rain gutter. On the top here is going to be like an engine mounting. Okay, back on the attack today. I got pretty far yesterday in the last 2 hours of the day. If you're ever in Upington and you're needing some tools, electrical supplies, workshop equipment, gear, whatever, then definitely make a stop over here and check their stock out. When I was chatting to JD yesterday, he said if I can't find one of their tools in their workshop, then I must just ask in the front and they'll give me a brand new one to use in the workshop. Apparently a couple of months ago their store burnt down with a load of tools, so all their workshop tools included. I'll get to work with some brand new tools today. Yes. Monkey. I am going to cut a hole in our front door. The air conditioning unit, Wally, sits in the perfect position. We strapped him up here. When we get to a campsite, it's actually just the best place to switch on that GMC aircon. So having the extraction in the door would actually be the best. I did get like a steel mesh. It's actually a tractor part. One of the farmers will probably be a bit irritated with me buying up their stock. I don't know which tractor it goes on. It's not going to allow any bugs to pass through. Couldn't find a sand ladder in Cape Town. I just basically gave up with that idea, and on the way here from Piketberg there was another gent that mentioned a scaffolding board. It's basically the same concept as a sand ladder. It's made for grip and it's quite hardy. When we walked into ENSON yesterday and spoke to JD, I asked him whether he knew a spot somewhere in town where I'd be able to find scaffolding board, and he said well he's actually got the perfect one lying in the back. He's not allowed to use these ones because they've got damage. He didn't really know what to do with it. This is going to work very well. The thought is the only possible space that it can go right next to the steps. But then we've got sand ladders, easily accessible. It's high up, so even if you bog down or whatever, you can still get to it. We were invited by Kaylene from Toyota to come and check out the bowls, and people are going to team up, and we said we'd definitely be interested in playing a game.
Dit is ongelooflijk! Katterin! Awaister!
We're going to pick up a part today from Mercedes-Benz. Renal, the dealer principal of Stanmore Motors in George, found it and sent it down for me. It's this light switch on the steering column. It's burnt out, and without it we don't have any headlight. Back at ENSON today, got an opportunity to recruit some donors this morning. But I got my work clothes back on now. Today's job is going to be this, well, it's a scaffolding board, but it's going to be our sand ladders. It's got great grip. It's definitely gonna bend under the weight of Betsy, but it might be enough just to get us out of some serious trouble if we're stuck in the sand or mud or whatever. Just gonna see if I can work with them as is for the moment. Then if I do get stuck, kind of dig a trench for these side structures to kind of sink into the ground. Solution to the problem of finding those sand ladders. You can track them down in like Europe, but they are very expensive, converts to about 8,000 rand, and I haven't seen them around in South Africa. At least I'll have them mounted on the truck, and if ever I need to make some improvements, like put a piece of conveyor belt underneath to catch the sand from coming through or the mud or whatever and get it to plane, then I'll do that. But for today, I'm just going to worry about getting them on the truck. Just come through to the police clearance spot, and Francho over there has just checked our engine number to make sure that Betsy's not stolen so that she can go through some of the borders, and happy days, she's not. The awesome thing is that Francho asked about what stem cell donation is and what the process is, gave him the SABMR's details, and he's going to look at speaking to his wife and then hopefully getting a kit sent out to his home and signing up as a potential lifesaver. Back at the guys from Noord, Kaap, Water and Solar, and they're going to help me out put the battery back in. It's just arrived with the courier company right next door. Terminal is repaired. The battery company did send me a photo to just let me know what the issue was, and was actually the lug was too big, and I put a spring washer on there, and eventually it caused damage when I tried to tighten up the nut. Unfortunately, the spring washer grabbed onto the threads and basically turned off the thread. So it's not a problem that the battery had, it was actually my fault. And these guys obviously have the right equipment to crimp the lugs. We got lights again, thanks to Chris and the team here. Very happy because that was the last thing we needed before getting back onto the road. The owner Hichu also invited us for a brekkie tomorrow morning. We're going to head to the Namibian border of Onseepkans Monday morning, very, very early. So today is just prep. I'm going to start off by heating up the oil that we collected and putting it through this PA biodiesel centrifuge. It's going to clean up all of the oil, run a couple of loops through the system, so probably about 3 or 4 passes of the whole tank to make sure that it is completely clean. Clean out the centrifuge, put a new liner in there, then we know that the fuel all the way to Onseepkans and Namibia will be good to go. The one thing with running on diesel and cooking oil is that if you're running to town, so from point A to point B, it doesn't give the oil enough time to heat up. So you got to run about 15 kilometers before the oil starts heating up to 90 degrees Celsius, which means that in town you're running on diesel most of the time. Yolandi's working on getting a proposal ready for the SABMR to send out to SADC. So that is all the southern African countries that we hope to visit and motivate to become part of the Matches on the Map project by allowing us to sign up stem cell donors in their countries and hopefully establishing systems that they can continue on once we've left, building their databases, especially when it comes to ethnicity. The 2nd of March, it's a Sunday today. It's a beautiful morning in Upington, and we should be getting on the road tomorrow morning very early. It's about a 200 kilometer drive to Onseepkans, which is the border between South Africa and Namibia, and we were invited to check out one of the campsites there, and I think that's going to be a lovely ending off to SA and leading us into the desert sands. In getting back onto the road, there's always some costs that go up. Yesterday we received a surprise donation of 2,000 rand, and the reference just said thumbs up. We don't know who that is, but thank you so much. Also received another contribution of 1,500 bucks from Gert and Chantal that actually helped sort us out with Rupen's bag supplies that we needed. Thank you again to all our YouTube followers, our Patreons, our official partners, and those that set up recruitment drives. Upington has just shown us again what South Africa communities are capable of. It's an awesome sense of camaraderie. We managed to set a personal record for us in a small town on the journey. Yeah, I'm not too sure how many people we signed up, but it's close to 140 or 150 at least. Thank you very much for staying tuned, and I hope you guys will enjoy the next country, which is Namibia. We've never seen it. We've heard awesome things about it from all the campers in South Africa that's visited Namibia. They said that we will probably not go past our 4th country.
The Matches on the Map project is proudly supported by our loyal Patreon members and our official partners.